Terroir. I'm Simon Jacob, your host for this episode from Jerusalem. Before we begin, I invite you, wherever you are, to take a quiet moment and pray for the safety of our soldiers and the safe return of all our hostages. There's something magical about beginnings, about planting roots in new soil, feeling the wind whip across an open landscape, and imagining the wines that will one day be born there. On this episode of the Kosher Terroir, we head north, way north, to Sha'al, in the Golan Heights, where the Family Baum Winery has begun an exciting new chapter. Sam and Rivka Baum have left their mark on Israel's wine scene before, but now they've set their sights on a fresh frontier. We start our visit in their newly planned vineyard, rows of young Shiraz and Grenache vines prepared against a backdrop of sweeping Golan skies. The wind is fierce, but so is their vision. From there, we head just down the road to their new winery, where dreams are already taking shape in the barrel. We taste early samples of their 2024 vintage wines that mark the very first fruits of this new adventure, a Shiraz Grenache blend. And in a delightful twist, Rivka has made sure her own personal wish found a place in the vineyard, a Pinot Gris, so there will always be a crisp, refreshing white wine to relax to. It's a story of passion, partnership, and starting anew in one of Israel's most promising wine-growing regions. If you're driving your car, please focus on the road ahead. If you're relaxing at home, please select a wonderful bottle of kosher wine, sit back, relax, and join me as we stand among young vines and breathe in the promise of what's to come at the Family Baum Winery in Sha'al.
Okay, so welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me and here for the Kosher Terroir and myself personally to just see this. It's amazing to be here.
Said to Sam, I think the first podcast you did was just about the brand, really, not about,
right.
We didn't have anything else.
You didn't have anything.
No.
You couldn't even tell me which vineyard you were taking care of. You didn't want to tell me.
That's
So
right.
it's okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
We've left now, so we can talk about it.
Yes. Okay, so we'll be here for 5-10 minutes.
Take
We'll
your
talk about
time.
the area, just what we're doing, what the plan is, and then we'll go up to the winery. So welcome to Sha'al. We personally moved here in August. I personally moved here in October, November, because we moved here in the middle of when I was in Gaza, and so Rivka came basically by herself in August. But Sha'al has been here since 81.
Okay.
It started in Quneitra, around 78 in Quneitra, something like that. And they were there near an army base for about 2-3 years, and they moved up to this area, Sha'al, which is the first step of Tzfon Golan. So once you've started here, going up is Har Odem, Majd al-Shams, Hermon, but this is the first step up, so around 750 meters around it, above sea level. And Sha'al actually stands for Shav Amla Admato. It's actually an abbreviation, which I didn't know, but it's what we actually believe in stand for, so it worked well. How did I get here to Sha'al? I worked for Castel for 5 years, and Castel used to buy grapes from the Golan. And the grapes that they bought from the Golan were from here, from Sha'al. And slowly but surely, once they ferment all the grapes from each separate plot, we then taste all the wines, and every year on year, the grapes from the Sha'al scored the highest. So we decided that if there will come a time and we want to plant a vineyard.
This was the Grand Vin.
So this is the Grand Vin, here and a bit further up. So this is the place to be. And then as I started to study the land more and more, this specific area, this pocket of microclimate, I realized that this really is what I believe to be the best area in the whole of the Levant for a few reasons. I'll just go over them very, very briefly. A, the ground is very, very deep. There's a lot of earth. It's almost actually regarded as clay because there's 50% of charsit, which is the brown earth. So that makes it clay, which means it has good water retention. However, it has also a high percentage of basalt rock, which makes it able to be very well drained. So the roots
Everywhere where we are now was once volcano.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the basalt, magma, it's all...
Bidyuk. So the water can drain off, and there's also water retention in the earth, which keeps the vines alive. Secondly, the height, the difference between the nights and the days. Thirdly, the pH of the soil is lower than anywhere else in Israel. Here, the pH of the soil is around 6.8, 6.7, which makes all the minerals in the soil much more available to the plant. Once you go up to 7, 7.2, 7.3, which is what you have in the rest of Israel, then the minerals are actually held in the soil and not released to the plants. And the people here are fantastic, and they make this great agriculture, and they're very helpful, and that makes it much easier to actually grow anything. They're full of good advice and good pointers and what to do and how to do. And that's the earth, the terroir, which is Adama, Aklim, and Adam.
And
the three people. The three things. This vineyard specifically is being planted according to our blend. So we decided that the blend we're going to grow, the varieties, is Syrah and Carignan. That's the blend. And that's what we've
80-20.
80-20.
Okay.
And that's what we've already started making now. In 2024.
80% Syrah, 20% Cabernet.
That's right.
Carignan. Carignan.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And 2024 was the first vintage that we did that blend. We took Syrah from here, and Carignan we took from Mesgeret Batia, because no one grows in the north of the Golan Carignan. They say that maybe in the Droma Golan, in the south of the Golan, there's someone who grows, but I haven't managed to put my hands on him, so I don't know who it is. But we will be for sure the first people to grow it here in north of the Golan, which in my eyes is fascinating and the right place to grow it. Just anecdote, Carignan, its highest difficulty is the pH level, because it's often grown in very, very warm places. It runs away once it ripens. But because here specifically the nights are always cold, in fact this morning was like winter. It was like 20 degrees, 19 degrees here, till 11 o'clock. So we'll hopefully hold on to its pH level. And the wind happens every day from 1 o'clock. It's like this till the evening. Every day.
You're also surrounded by terroir, all of this stuff that can bring in complexity and flavors from all the different crops that are around you.
So we've got the...
And the opposite, which is one of the reasons why the fence around you, we're going to be planting it with canot, with the rootstock.
Right.
So that if any sort of fungi or anything comes at us, we'll see it first outside the vineyard on
the fence.
On the vines before it gets to our actual vines that we need to have.
Yeah. Canary in the coal mine.
Exactly. So we're surrounded here by cherries.
So you're the first person to explain to me why people do that, and it makes a whole lot of sense.
3 reasons. A, it's very pretty.
Yeah.
B, there's more than 3 reasons. B, it can really stop a fire, because a green fence can really slow down a fire and make it stop from getting to your field.
So if you look there, that's why he's done that.
He's done that because he's organic, and so whoever sprays there, he doesn't want it to go into his field. But those are like fire bombs. Those trees are really bad for fires. So here the green fence. C, the rootstock wakes up 2 weeks earlier or 3 weeks earlier than the variety.
Right.
So when we get to the spring and it starts leaving the dormant period, we'll see it first in the rootstock. So I know I have to make sure I finish all the pruning. It'll give me a great indication. And like Rivka said, anything that sort of flows into the field, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, we'll see it first around the fence, which is great. And how are we planting? So the Carignan, we've decided to do a goblet. That's why
that's why it's single.
That's why there's
how are you going to run cables to support this?
Right.
Because some of it even curves.
Right. So all the rows are actually this way.
Yeah, I see.
Over the whole vineyard.
Okay.
But because I was very pedantic that everything should be positioned exactly, you can't actually tell which ways the rows always go.
Right.
However, each row is north to south. The Chermon's there and the Kinneret's there.
So you're doing goblet.
Yeah, and this one's going to be goblet. Every vine is going to have a pole. Each vine for a pole, every 1.5 meters and 3 meters between the rows. And the other side, there's a valley in the middle which goes down to Nachal Parash, which is just over the valley, over the shlucha.
Yeah.
And that's actually good because it will grab anything that sits in the vineyard down to the Nachal and take it down to the Yardenit.
Okay.
That's the Syrah is going to be done.
And the Syrah is going to be on the other side. In the middle, there's nothing. There's 6 meters between all the different plots.
Okay.
There's a big pathway. The way I see it is very much like a big Italian-style long table down there, to do an event. So
It's going to be
That's the
amazing.
dream.
down in the middle.
That's the dream.
That's the plan.
So I have a friend, Nadav,
Okay.
Jesselson, who has Anava vineyard.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And we actually had
to a dinner in the vineyard.
the
Beautiful.
first harvest. They had a dinner in the middle of the vineyard with a big table and set. And there's nothing better. There's just
I just heard your podcast that you just did with another.
I did,
both
yeah,
parts.
but the first one, I didn't even do a podcast about the dinner in the middle of the vineyard, but that was like over the top. It was amazing.
Wow. Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
Strong little lights.
Wow.
And they served crazy food, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. So
Amazing.
Yeah,
You'll have
it's
it
such
here.
a good
You'll just
idea.
have,
It's
a
such
couple
a good
years.
idea to
Yeah.
do that.
And the other side is going to be almost like in Vei Ma'achal, open, V,
Yes.
but really open, like Givat Yeshayahu,
Okay.
his Shita.
Okay.
Completely open, and then the grapes will hang, a lot of shade, but a much shorter nof, a much shorter, how do you say it, like the leaves, the whole overhang, much shorter. So like 1 meter 20 or 1 meter. And at the bottom, Rivka said there's no way we're not making a white wine.
This is our point of contention of working together in business. Every so often it happens. So this is my
Rivka's plot.
my Pinot Gris that's being.
Okay.
Planted
I was
at the
wondering
bottom.
what you're going to ask for, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I want
Pinot Gris is
something
wonderful.
fresh, acidic, young, cut. Because the Syrah is very. Well, you'll see.
I'm not telling you to be risky or anything. What's the varietal that's coming from
Certico,
Sertico?
they planted it in a few places.
Yes.
Dalton planted it,
Yeah.
and he did in Shmulik from Chateau Golan.
Agur is also.
Agor, so
Is
yeah,
also planting a Sertico.
it makes sense to plant it here. They have a lot of problems right now with the vine.
Yeah.
Most of them didn't wake up from the winter. Yeah, there's huge problems with the Certico specifically.
So good.
No, yeah. You got.
Pinot Gris is great. I'm not.
We're taking quite a lot.
One
Well,
risk at a
anyways,
time.
Yeah, exactly. One risk at a time.
Yeah. Only one.
And we're
right?
taking about
Yeah.
4 or 5. So,
Yeah.
You
We're
only
on
take about
number.
5 risks at the same time, but that's okay.
so yeah.
Okay, we believe in them.
Yes.
All of this will be planted this summer.
This has been planting
Next
in 2
week.
weeks.
Yeah.
That's the plan. So I've got the
Sam's
pipes to
done the whole
run.
water, the whole irrigation system he's done on his own.
Yeah, most of it's done by me. So
I saw you with the
with the pipes and the
Yeah.
rochvim, everything.
wow.
We very much see our ethos is to be a farm to table, but winery. So
Yeah.
really, only our grapes, only grown by Sam, bottled, labeled, given, drunk with.
From A to Z.
A to Z.
No winery service and no taking. This gives 8,000 bottles. That's all I have. It gives 11,000 bottles. That's all I have. That's it.
I see it
That's
almost
the-
a bit like raising a child. Like you want maximum manipulation when they need to get their feet off the ground and really
Right.
putting your input to get what you want. And then after that, once they're ready and the wine's going to be made, then minimal interference. Like hopefully you've done what you were supposed to do with them enough that it's gonna.
That's the way.
So what's that way?
The Hermon, I promise you, it's the first time I've never seen the Hermon. I'm not joking. The
I'm
first time.
not criticizing.
Yeah.
Everyone in the
Hermon.
Golan says on a clear day you can see the Hermon, but you actually can.
This is 357 degrees this way. So the north is just slightly to the right, where that huge tree is.
Yeah.
That's true north.
Yep.
And true south is that tree on the ridge there.
The lone one.
The lone
Got
tree.
it.
So that is, if you carry on straight, apart from the minefields, you'll hit the Kinneret. And if you carry on straight, you'll hit Majdal Shams and the Hermon. And then opposite us is Emek HaChola, and on the other side is all of Harei Galil.
So you can see from here the Hermon when it's
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
no,
joking.
I know.
Every
I
day.
didn't- Okay.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
I'm asking you a different question.
Yes.
I'm looking at this vineyard that you planted, that you will plant.
Yes, please go ahead.
And it'll be beautiful. And then I can see there's an open space from that vineyard to the next hilltop or what have you.
All
The
of that
cow
area
grazing.
around it,
Yeah,
that's
pasture
all
farm.
Shetach Mir'eh. There's 200 cows.
Pasture land right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, pasture land, thank you. There's 200 cows that belong to who we rent our house from, our flat
has
from,
200
our apartment
cows.
from. He has 200 cows and they roam all the way around.
But I'm just saying, as you're ready for the next varietals, is that potential?
You wish. Everything
Who
around
knows?
here is taken. And Sam, there's another 20 nachalot, like estates, which you
Yeah.
get 1.2 dunam to build and 50 agriculture.
Yeah.
For now, they've given out 80, and there's supposedly another 20, and it's known around here that Sam Baum is here to stay until he gets one.
That's the plan.
So,
All right, good.
So how much? What do you have here?
Okay, so the entire field's 14.
14 dunam.
Yeah, 14 altogether.
Okay.
And then I lost from the fencing another 3 dunam.
Yeah.
And then I decided that I wanted to split all the fields, so I lost another dunam and a half. So
Okay.
actually planted will be 10 dunam.
10 dunam.
Okay.
9 dunam red and 1 dunam Pinot Gris.
It's like,
Right. I just want to know what the future holds. That's the reason why I asked the question. Okay, good.
The future holds hopefully very, very high quality wine, farm to table.
That I have no question about. I just wanted to know what varietals to anticipate once this is up and running. You got Pinot Gris
it's
and
actually a
you've
very
got-
good question because it would make sense. There's a very, very clear plan.
Okay.
Also was once upon a time a point of contention which we overcome.
Hold on, I wanna get
Sam
this on
wants
film.
to
Go
make
ahead. All right, yeah.
one flagship wine. Family Baum Winery make one Syrah-Carignan blend. It's the only wine we have. We sell it on futures. Thank God, up until now, it's been sold out every year. And that's it, which is why I fought for my white, because there's no way I'm bringing people here for just what... It will be fantastic, but there needs to be something
The equivalent
else.
of, I know they've been
You're a
around for
Castel
almost
person.
1,000, I don't know how many hundreds of years, but Petrus or Opus wine. Okay,
Right.
I'm not saying I'm there yet,
Yes.
but in 30, 40 years down the line, the vineyard will be there. Hopefully the winemaking will be there. And there's no reason that there can't be a wine like that from the Levant.
that was Eli Ben-Zakein's dream at the very beginning as well.
Yeah.
To have Grand Vin, all the rest of the stuff is just noise. I don't want to focus
Right.
on that. I just want to focus on the Grand
Right.
Vin.
But Eli Ben-Zakein has maybe made it possible for us to do it because the 30 years of the high-end wine industry in Israel has enabled maybe, hopefully, someone
Maybe
to come
do this.
along and now say, okay, we're going to make one wine. This is the wine of the region. If you want these flavors, this is where you get it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
I love it.
But
love
2023 was our Judean Hills finale, where we were doing a Bordeaux blend, whatever we could get our hands on.
Right.
And you'll see 2024, what you're going to drink now is the first, I really think, the first year we made wine with intention of what we actually wanted it to be.
From
So-
the maceration process.
took it from
and
here?
yeast.
Yeah.
80% of the Syrah is from here, and the Carignan is from Misgeret Batia.
Okay.
From Ira Levine, a great guy. Love
Yeah,
him,
let's go drink some wine.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's do
Awesome.
it.
I
So
love
hopefully,
this.
if you come back in 2-3 weeks, you'll see a lot of white boxes and mini green vines inside.
So you're trying to get it done before Tu B'Av?
Yeah.
Before Tish B'Av.
Okay. Before Tisha
The
B'Av.
Friday before Tish B'Av.
Okay.
So someone said
Well-
to me, can I plant in the 9 days? So I said, I think that, if the Hamidash is coming, then they're going to need wine. So you better start planting, we better get ready.
That's true.
I mean, that's what the fast is about. So.
No, the real trick is to get it absolutely in before Tu B'Av. But Tisha
Yeah,
B'Av
Tu
is
B'Av-
fine.
Tu B'Av-
Tisha B'Av is advance warning there.
Tish
You're
B'Av
good, yeah.
has to
be done,
Has to be done, because you need a month in the year to be able to count the year.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
And now it's the season of nectarines and peaches. That's what's being picked.
Great.
Nectarines, peaches, and
Okay.
so.
So
okay.
now we're
Now we're in
the winery
the cellar.
in the cellar.
This is the cellar. This is
Okay.
will be only the barrel room.
Okay.
And what we've done when we came here, so we looked for a place to actually make the wine. And someone had a makhsan, it's a sort of equipment for a restaurant.
Right.
And we emptied out the equipment. We started to we made all of the wine in here. All the vats were in here, fermented all the wine. And then we got to the barrel stage. And
Got it.
Okay, you got
Just
it?
gonna get a little water.
we got to the barrel stage and we took all the vats out, we put them outside, we put the barrels inside. And then we said, okay, but next year, because the wine rests for 2 years, matures for 2 years. So next year, what we're going to do, because the room has to be at 18 degrees, and the fermentation has to be, depends how we'll do it, but 22 degrees, 20 degrees, it goes through, so on and so forth.
You need to control it.
So we need to control it. So what we decided to do is turn this place only into the cellar room. There'll only ever be barrels in here. And outside, we took an empty piece of land, we put concrete over the entire area. It was stones like outside, like
Yeah.
pebbles.
Yeah.
Concreted the entire area. Bought 5 tailor-made vats in from China. And that just came on Wednesday or Thursday. It was just empty. No, we haven't been outside yet. I don't really want to say, we can go outside, but careful. But
Yeah.
it's whenever you're ready.
Okay.
But there's 5 tailor-made vats. I realized from my winemaking last year, because we brought in around 3.5 to 4 tons with different sizes of vats. So we had a 1,000 litre, 700 litre, 600 litre, just the equipment that I had. And we realized that the 1,000 litre was the same height as the 700, but much wider. And the wine from the 1,000 litre vat was far superior. So all of our vats are much, much wider. They're about 1.5 meters wide and shallower than any other vats that I've seen that are each vat is 1,800 litres. So we designed them like we wanted. They just arrived, and that's all outside. All needs to be set up with a chilling system, so on and so forth. Wow. And then in here is just the barrel room and our lounge visitor centre. It's specifically tailored to the idea that there isn't just an open visitor centre, but if people want to come, then the visit is tailor-made to whatever they want. Time of day, what they want to have, what they want to drink, so on and so forth. Because that's also the idea of the winery itself. That everything's very personal, very, business to consumer. And so we want also the experience here to be the same idea. And because there's no other wine to serve, so all the wine that you're drinking now is from the barrels. What we started to do the last 3 weeks is take out wine from a barrel 3 to 4 hours before the visit. And now we'll take out in the glasses directly from the barrel. And you'll taste the difference of wine that's coming out straight away and the flavors. And then what comes out a couple of hours before.
What we're talking about drinking is the 2024.
2024. It's been in the barrels since November. It says on 20th of November, 2024.
So who put it in? Did you put it in?
Rivka made 23. If you want to get the 23 bottle while
Simon has it.
Oh yeah, you have it.
That's
true. That's true.
So 23, this is one of those good problems. It's a good problem to have, but I basically really oversold this vintage, and for our archive, we only have 3 left.
Wow.
I wanted between 7 to 10, that didn't happen. For good reasoning, but whatever, this year will be... the jump is from 600 to 2,000.
So there's no more available.
Unless she oversells it.
No. No, you can't do that again. We need something, some memorabilia.
Some way to market.
Yeah, literally.
Some way to market. This is our 4th vintage. So we did...
Yeah, first was 21.
2021 started because I was moved from the winemaking process in Castel to the wine growing process.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do both sides, but Castel basically said once we had planted 400 dunam, then I needed to be full-time. So it started because we took our wedding savings, whatever it was, 30,000 shekel, bought a micro winery, and that's how it began. The first harvest was about 600 litres or 600 kilo. And we built, whilst we were bringing in the grapes, we were building the keta shed around.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite ridiculous. And that we brought out 200 bottles. It was actually thanks to Avi Moskowitz.
Yeah.
Because he said, just get the wine out there. I said, it's not the right variety, it's not the right quality. So
From Birbison.
Yeah. He said, just get it out.
He's a really special person.
He said, just get it out. So
I know his
start building
brother.
the brand.
He says, Sam, stop being such an artist. You have drinkable wine, whatever. So that was when we started, because I opened like a secret Instagram, because Sam hated all of that. And then the day, I think it started when we were bottling 2021. I said, okay, Sam, we're live. And I wanted it to have already been built up. So I built it up on private, and then we opened it. And really that's how we sold vintages 21, 22 and 23 was entirely via Instagram. And this year, when we grew up a bit, so we opened a website, and that's when we started to introduce pre-orders, was with this vintage.
So,
Wow, thank you.
Here's Onion. You can move over that one first.
I'll do it. I'll put it so.
Washem.
Oh, there's more food, God forbid.
Actually, everything on the table is from Sha'al, from the eucalyptus. Our friend Dol grows the eucalyptus.
Wow.
The fruit is from Meshek Malon. The cheese and the fruit leather is all handmade from a couple who live in Kibbutz Oltal. All locally sourced.
yeah. And hopefully we'll be able to be here till the 10,000 bottle mark. That's the plan.
Wow.
You
So
know?
it helps that
You should be able to do it.
Yeah, I believe so.
you're buying the
The grapes, yeah,
because you're not involved right now in harvesting, so you can do your planting.
exactly. 2000, vintage 2028 will be our first vintage made from our own grapes. But it's only going to come out in 2030.
But we'll have to farm the vineyard until then. There'll be 3 years of
Yeah.
managing it, building it, looking after it, and then in
But that's
28,
your love. That's what you wanted to do, man.
100%.
They make it
that's the beauty.
Yeah.
Where do you press?
All outside.
What?
Outside, round the corner, there's gates, the iron gates. Behind the iron gates is all the equipment.
Yeah.
But we,
And the grapes you get from home?
this year the Syrah is from Syrah, from Gabi Sharabi, and the Carignan is from Ira Lavin and Miskeret Batya.
Scared blood kill. My
Yeah.
father was born there.
Oh, really?
Long time ago.
So this was harvested at around 13%, 13.5% alcohol.
Sam called me from Gaza. He was supposed to come out 2 days later. He's like, listen, we have to harvest in 4 days. I'm like, okay, well, when are you coming out? He's like, I think tomorrow, maybe in 2 days. And we literally had to organize the entire thing.
Yeah.
He came out, and the day later
Yeah.
The timing is never good. Never ever works in our favor ever.
But it has to happen. That's the great thing about the harvest. You can't stop it. So it has to happen.
Exactly.
So there's no planning around it. You plan around it, not around you. So, yeah. And this all of happened because on Pesach time, we offered some of the investors. That's how we all managed to make this happen. Because we decided that we didn't want to buy grapes forever and be caught in this sort of,
It's very wise.
different.
It's very wise.
Vintage 23 is the last one we did alone,
Yes.
solely alone, and then
24, we said we wanted
and
to
the
be able
planting.
to control the whole system.
Yeah.
And so we brought in the money, gave away some of the business, but we invited them on Pesach, and they said, yeah, sure, we'll come. Then Rivka said, we have to fix the bathroom. There's a toilet behind you. So I said, okay, fine. And then I decided to fix all the whole room. So we did the lamp, and we did the walls, and we did the table, and the chairs, and so on and so forth.
Beautiful.
And then
We
ever
had a
since
whole
then,
family of about 25.
Yeah,
I
sat
saw the
around here.
pictures. That was
It
great.
was amazing. The
Awesome.
kids
Awesome.
planted the trees that you can see outside in the barrels.
those barrels are the first barrels we used. The first
Yeah.
barrels we used to make wine. And everything is very much generational. That we had to 4 generations, and what we'll drink soon is the ouzo. These glasses were made by my grandfather in England, dancing glass, and it was his company, and everything's hopefully a legacy. So we'll drink some wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the 24.
This is the 24,
And this is 24
barrel
right
two.
out of the barrel.
right out of
Yeah.
the barrel. Came out 30 seconds
Yeah,
ago.
just now. Yeah.
I believe you have the true funk of Syrah.
Da. Golan. הטוב האמיתי.
Amen.
Let's start with Burke, I guess, like this.
No.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם ברוך הוא אגפים.
Amen. Chaim.
Chaim. We plan to, I think we thought sort of learn our lesson through drinking a bit more wine and also making more wine, is that this will be bottled in January, February and come out in July. So we'll sit here in the bottle for around 6 months. Around 2 months time, we're still wondering when it will come out, but the flavors continue to develop in the bottle and people want to open it, even though I say to people, which the wine that just came out, wait till Rosh Hashanah, it's better, so on and so forth, they can't. They cannot.
Right.
Because they've already waited so
No,
long.
you're right,
It
you're
makes
right.
sense. with the
100%.
They even
pre-orders.
text
They-
me saying, listen, I know you told me
100%.
to wait, but I can't. So I opened it.
People are always telling me, well, did you open it? No, I didn't open it yet. I want to give it a chance here. So,
Yeah, but this is a very different style. I mean, I'm getting here a lot of sort of red. Yes, Chichi. Mommy's coming. A lot of red fruits, and on the other side, much deeper flavors. Very, very little oak, if any oak, because all the barrels are reused. The first time we used them in the winery, where they've already gone through 3 harvests at Castel, all of the barrels. So nothing's new.
You can tell from there from Castel.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see the emblem here. I
it's not
turned
even
ours
the emblem.
around, but yeah, you can see.
It's not even the emblem. It's the
staining.
No.
It's the red.
It's not. It's the. What's it called?
Painting?
The
rim?
rim.
The
rim.
rings, 2 rings that are around the rim of the barrel.
Yes.
Yes.
I have not seen it. I've seen it in France,
Yeah, it really protects the barrel.
but I've never seen it in Israel except in Castel.
It really protects the barrels.
You're right.
Really
And here
protects the
now,
barrels.
Yeah, no. If it starts to get eaten away by anything, you know that you've got a problem that you've got to
Right.
solve before
Right.
the barrels go. So
And then I think, I feel a lot of much deeper tones. If it's tobacco, if it's leather, if it's manure, if it's deep tones, a bit like blue cheese. And as it opens up, which is fun now in a bit to taste.
tell me a second.
Yes.
Because you said that this year is the last that's not your own vineyard.
No.
No,
No, because
We
they've got to
have
grow it
3
for
more
3 more
years.
years. Yeah,
three
till we get
more
to the end of
years.
the Revi.
3 more years.
No, I know.
Of
So you're
our-
going to be buying grapes for at least 3 more years.
Yes.
But the same one, the same.
Same place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah, exactly.
experimenting.
No.
You're okay.
And the vineyard's on the way, which is, anyways, I have to wait 3 years. So at least.
No, I was
Yeah.
hoping you weren't going to say to me, no, we've decided we're not making wine until that's ready. And I'm saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, even if it means, and I haven't said this before, but even if it means that once we harvest our own grapes and the complexity of the wine lessens, then the price better end, in accordance, because something that exists in Europe doesn't exist here, but the quality of the wine is mirrored in the price of the bottle. I'm not sure the Israeli market or the Jewish market is able to accept that, but I think as a small enough supplier of wine where the interactions, at a high frequency between us and the clients, and you can actually explain the idea of a vineyard being young, and even though sometimes a young vineyard can surprise the 4th year, the 5th year. So we'll ride the wave. But yes,
Right.
28 will be harvesting, 2030 the wine will come out.
We initially
Please God.
said we'll bring out our first vintage when he's bar mitzvah, so we're doing well
Yeah.
because we're ready. Fall down. So
I was just thinking today that the north it's not holidayed in enough by people coming. I didn't know myself. I fell in love with the Negev first of all. But Rivka
Where
said
in the Negev?
I was in Arad for 3 years when I was in the army in Nachal. So I was training there for a long time, and I fell in love with the Nachal Tov by Arad. No, by Arad, Tel Arad. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Nachal Tov. It's called. So yeah, that's right. Not far from Haramasa. Not far. So, and then Rivka said, no, not sending me to the Bedouin. We'll go somewhere else. And I will say that the only advice, sorry to get to the wine, the only advice I ever got from Eli Ben Zaken was when I told him that I want to go and plant a vineyard down south. And he he didn't speak to me, he just said, no, up north. But so, and as I've come here and seen the quality of the soil and done the soil test, and it's really a different level. It's a different level.
If your goal is to make the absolutely best wine you can make in Israel,
Yes,
the only place you can make it is here,
yes,
or the Judean Hills. And the Judean Hills is only if you catch the right vineyard.
right,
The right microclimate.
Climate, I agree.
Otherwise, you have to be here.
Yeah.
There's no other choice.
I agree. There's a vine. There's a woman here called Netta. She is a agronomist or a vintner for Golan Winery.
Yeah.
They put in the big windmills.
Mm-hmm.
She said they picked up a vine with a 12-meter root. When they put down the turbine, the windmills, they picked up a vine, and the vine's root went down 12 meters. Yeah, because there's nothing really stopping it. There's no, like you have in the Judean Hills, there's no mother rock.
Stone.
Yeah.
Here you have the ability to really drop all the way down into the hills, and I'll show you here, once I poured the wine, rocks, random rocks I've picked up, not that I looked for them, that I picked up from the vineyard, which are just full of minerals. Calcium. I don't know what else it is, but... Yeah. So these are just rocks from the vineyard.
Wow.
There's a green mineral here also. It's just minerals that are being picked up inside the rock. And that's just from the field. Nothing, no sort of excavation, just that's what's happening because the yeah, that's the basalt, that's right. Which actually isn't magma rock. Basalt rock is called basalt rock. That's the name. Also in English. It's not magma, it's a different type of rock. I tried to research as much as I could, and that's what I found. There's a place near here that actually, if you put a compass down, your north is off
Because of this.
because of the magnetic field around the
Wow.
rocks. Sorry.
Is this same like this?
So this is from a different barrel. It's also actually very interesting. Just 2 weeks ago, we tried all the barrels. We wanted to do a date night. We do it every week, but we had a lot of work to do, so we came here to the winery, and I said to Rivka, let's try all the barrels. So it was a fantastic date night, and we tried all of them, and they're all different. All of them are different. All of them are different. Some are softer,
yeah.
some are harsher, some are more approachable. Some have to still open up.
So
some
how
are
can
more
you sell
fruity.
them?
Because we're going to blend all of it together
Oh, all right.
in a vat, 1,800 liters. and then it will come out.
How many bottles will come out of them?
So I think we'll hit around 1,900 bottles. It's difficult to say because something that I actually learned from a podcast with, well, it gave me the confidence, from a podcast here with La Faute de Blanche.
Yeah.
So
He's a wonderful winemaker.
So he said in the podcast that he's happy to leave the wine on the lees the whole way throughout. Now, where I was brought up in Castel, after 4 months, it's taken off the lees and then brought back down to the barrels. And I felt that I don't need to because I only put in very, very fine lees into the barrels when we barreled. And it gave me the confidence to go with it. So it hasn't come off its lees since November, and I don't plan to take it off its lees.
And that reduces the amount of wine you can.
I won't lose less wine, but the intensity and the complexity will be higher. As long as there's no sort of reduction in the wine, then we can keep it, which so far we're good. So.
So this one was aired.
It's been out for about 2-3 hours.
More intense, definitely more intense flavors.
No, you can
I
tell.
got more flavor, more fruit.
I'm getting. It's coming out of the channel.
Yeah. Definitely comes out of it. Show up. It's not often that people get to taste from the barrel because you're in the middle of the process.
Right.
And so either people don't appreciate it and then, ask if we have any other wine. Doesn't usually happen, but they sort of look at, no, they want to know if there's anything ready. Because I say you're tasting something in the process. Now, what often happens is they'll put it to their nose at the beginning. They'll sort of look around a bit uncomfortable, and then whilst they sit here and the wine opens up, they come out and they end up almost always, ordering. So it just takes time. It takes time, and for people who are wine lovers, it's actually for me, and people who come and like wine, it's fascinating. It's fascinating because you get to see it throughout the entire process. But yeah, as it opens up, the people also open up.
We tried it yet?
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
go ahead, try.
But yeah, I think it's going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot.
Me too.
I think it's one of the first wines that I really, personally, like it more. Rivka's the nose. I'm just the hands. I think it's the first wine which I really stand behind. Seriously. From all the vintages that I've done, it's the first one which I say, I've come to say something. I've come to say something different.
This is your first blend, right? This is your...
This is our first Syrah-Carignan. The others were Cabernet and Cabernet Petit. But this is the first time I'm saying, okay, I'm bringing something to the table which I'm happy with. I'm bringing a different dish. I'm bringing a different angle. And not from some sort of, I don't think anyway, some weird funk angle or some weird process. I believe the variety is coming out. The variety at 13% alcohol, sitting on its lees, not too much interference. A long maceration process. It was on its skins for almost 2 months. And fully malolactic, fully, to the last gram. So, I often describe it as, it may not be so sonore, but sort of a black silk dress. It's sort of relatively at start simple, but also very complex, falls perfectly. There's a deepness to it, but it's not in your face. It's very elegant. Sophisticated.
It's 11.
But as someone once said to me, the most important factor is the yummy factor.
Yeah.
And if it's not yummy, then no one cares what you have to say.
Well, then you have to talk a lot more.
Yeah, 100%. To feel the body coming out.
Yeah.
Much more than when it comes out straight at the back.
Today it took time. Normally out of the barrel I like it more.
Yeah.
Today it took
It's
time.
always different. It's always changing.
Yeah.
Always.
Also, each barrel somehow goes through its own little thing.
I was just
Like,
talking
they're
about
all
our
exactly
legendary
the
date
same.
night that we had to.
Oh yeah.
They're not really the same because the barrels are pre-used. So
The barrels are pre-used.
So something's been in there before.
For sure.
Even if you wash them out,
For sure.
they've all got origins that came out of different
Yeah.
situations. And you think that it doesn't do anything, but also the lots, the parts of the vineyards that you've taken the grapes from are so different. You
Very
think,
different.
I've got it from the same vineyard. What's the big deal? They're all the same grapes.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
No.
So
also-
it's amazing that it's amazing that you can make a blend that's even remarkably, reasonably consistent from year to year.
Yes.
Well, we'll only know this year.
I think the fact that you have from the Golan and from Esgeret Batya, maybe that's what gives it its complexity.
Yeah. I think also something else we were discussing about this year coming up, the 25th harvest, is Sam wants to try this year with all natural yeast, wild yeast. And we never add nitrogen ever. Thank God we've never had that issue. The fermentation, we leave it on its own yeast and it does its own thing. But yeah, I think maybe if we go with doing wild yeast, I would maybe add just for the fear of it not getting stuck. Sam's like, no,
No, I don't think so.
just go for
But
it.
then because the variety will talk even more, the area will talk even more. You know.
By starting out with your own new fermentation tanks, you can do that.
Yeah.
The trick is once you've done it, if you had the fermentation tanks in this room and you've used XYZ yeast,
Then it's anyway
That's
everywhere.
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So what happens is usually people end up using commercial yeast or, manufactured yeast specifically, and you use it in enough quantity to overpower
Override
whatever
everything.
else is there
Yeah.
so that you have some control over what you're doing. So you'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
Coming.
to do it is great. It's just, it's a lot more work. You gotta
Yeah,
make
it's
sure.
more work. I don't think we're scared of work.
I know. I can see.
Put it on.
And then, because we're a winery that only makes one wine,
Can you hear it?
so there's obviously an amount of wine that isn't at the standard. If it's the heavier lees, so on and so forth. So we took that, we made an ouzo, which is what's here on the
Here
table.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that ouzo was made with David Zuibel?
Zubair.
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 From the
From
Golan
the Golan
distillery.
distillery.
Someone's cultured enough to say a French name and
Yeah,
it's not
Zubair.
us.
I don't know.
So this is
I'm probably wrong. But that's what I always call it.
so this is from our wine, our base,
Okay.
Syrah, and he
All local
we asked,
botanicals.
we asked him for it to be an ouzo and not an arak because that's what we like. So 50% is quite high, but we put
Okay. Just go and say small.
okay. We asked him to do this. Sorry, we asked him to do the
Really
blend,
good.
so he put it together.
Really good.
And he took the botanicals, which were
Coriander, etrog, lavender, za'atar, and nissan fennel.
Wow.
oh,
And the marzipan is the Syrah coming through. It's super intense.
yeah.
No, but it's really.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I love it.
And he says, did you say the marzipan? He thinks it's from the Syrah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, the anise is the big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anise, fennel, etrog, coriander, and za'atar.
Oh,
Yeah.
A lot of flavors. Very strong, but it smells amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
very
also
heavy.
sort of a palate cleanser between, and also, between different wines, or for a minute break.
Yeah.
It smells so aromatic. I'm like,
Yeah. I think also we wanted, in the same way that we want the wine to show off the Terroir of the Levant and what it has to offer. So anything that was, as soon as he said we'll do it with all local botanicals, we'd be like, okay, fine. In the beginning, we thought maybe we'll get involved, and we didn't have
Yeah,
no
we
idea
didn't
what
know
we're
what
doing.
to
He was like,
No,
Sam.
so that's what was interesting with Agor, with Elad, who you know,
Sorry.
and Ayal.
Yeah.
They make a vermouth that they collect all of these botanicals from all over the Judean hills. And it's almost like tasting the terroir.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what the terroir is made from. So.
Yeah.
And they do leket. They literally go out into the fields and they taste and they try. And
What? These raspberries are crazy.
They're good, right?
delicious. Go ahead.
Thanks. We actually we have the label, we haven't taken it to production yet, but the label of the ouzo, it's called The Dreamers, and it's four of our grandfathers and like what they did, and it's like an ode to them. A lot of them dreamt about it or were Zionistic and whatever, and they never actually made it here. And that's why we serve it in these, which were Grandpa Laurie, he was a chemist, when he got to the end of when he got bored in life, they went to Croatia on holiday, if I'm not mistaken, and they decided to start making what's called dancing glass, and it was like stained glass that was usable. So it's all in his. I'll get a picture of the label. It's very cool.
Yeah, dreamers. Because they dreamt about coming and we
we were having Shabbat lunch and Sam started benching and we got to like Hacholmim and we were like Hacholmim. That's the user. That's what it is.
Where are they from? The grandparents?
So one side of mine is from England, a few generations, and before that Poland. My mum's side is German. Yeah, Braunschweig and Leipzig. Rivka, England also.
Yeah, my grandpa was Swiss, so escaped somewhere to Switzerland and then came to London. And my dad's side is Russian, Lithuanian.
Because
Portnoy means tofer.
All dreamers were in England, actually.
yes,
My
all four dreamers
Saba,
lived in England.
my Saba was one of the head Magen David Adom,
Donators.
not donators. He he got all the funding from England. That was
Like friends of.
Yeah, exactly.
Friends of.
Exactly.
Wow.
Let me find it.
So I have a question for you.
Yes, of course.
Judean Hills to the Golan Heights is a pretty substantial change. How are you guys handling it? And how's your young man over here handling it?
Our young man's a legend. Really, he's been through a whirlwind since he's been born, really.
love it.
The first 2 years he doesn't really remember, so it was Corona, that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But the second 2 years, when he's 3 or 4, there were some really,
Yeah.
Beautiful, yeah.
deep cutting comments when I was in the army. He went to bed, went to sleep, Simchat Torah, woke up, I didn't come back for 3 months, something like that.
He went for a nap.
And then over the next 2 years, I was away. So there were things like, asking random chayalim whether, is he their dad? I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah. But he's as strong as they come. A lion boy. I'm in Khativat Esser, which is Halil. And I'm in the Pluga, I'm in the company. Yeah, they're tanks, and they have each brigade of tanks has one company of foot soldiers. So, yeah.
And where were you in the station?
We were in Gaza. Yeah.
Just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
I mean, not me.
Yeah, just like Ms. Nina. So,
My son.
but since we've come here, we've settled down, and then we went about a month ago to do the deliveries around Israel, and I realized what sort of took, what sort of just almost like another country. You come up from it's very sort of obnoxious thing to say. It's not coming from an obnoxious place at all. But I said it's not fair that we live in a place so quiet and so calm. And the rest of the country is beteruf. It's like,
So you're the one who cursed Syria.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I guess it was me.
I think also
I brought in the Iron Arab.
the past 2 years, it's been very much like Sam's been in and out of life, like for pockets of time each time, and then we never know when the next time is. And now, more or less, we know ish when the next time is. But our entire life, we changed everything. And the only thing that hasn't changed, let's say, in my life is Sam and Lavi. Like, that's it. Like, I was a nurse in internal medicine. I actually learnt with your sister. I learnt with Dina.
Wild.
Yeah. And I was working in Pnimi, and for me it was too much adrenaline and life and death at home and with him, and I was only doing night shifts, so he wouldn't feel that like we're not both there. It was insane, and we went through some stuff ourselves. We had personal losses, miscarriages, like during the whole in Gaza, out of Gaza.
Yeah.
It was an insane time of life. And then after the first round, we went to Sri Lanka for 3 weeks, all three of us, and it was very much like a family, rehabilitating. We couldn't even start to process anything whilst we were here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You went where?
To Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah, as you
You
do.
couldn't have picked somebody at least closer, someone closer in Sri Lanka.
We didn't want anyone to be able to call us and that maybe you should come home.
You're right. Nobody's going to call you.
I mean, they could, but there's no way to get back.
Yeah.
The phone doesn't go that far.
Right, yeah.
Over in the middle of the field.
And also, when we didn't realize it didn't have any significance then, but we did the harvest on October 5th. And then also October 7th happened. And I know how to get to the end of fermentation. I know how to check when a wine is dry. But after that, I've got no idea. Like, I sit with the camera. I like make things look nice. I don't, you know. And then I basically had to decide, okay, either I can somehow make this wine happen and make it, or we'll just leave it and we'll come back to it. And in my head, I was like, I don't know who or what Sam's going to lose when he goes in. And I didn't want for him to come out and everything we'd like built to also have just collapsed. So with the help of his friends,
Castel.
yeah, Sha'al and David and Castel, they are incredible. They're two Haredi boys, and they said to me, like, this is our miluim. They literally came. They cleaned the barrels, they steamed the barrels, they brought the barrels back for me. They ran all my lab tests. Incredible.
Amazing.
And without them, like, I wouldn't have been able to fix it. Once I put in, how many grams did I put in? I really overdid
The SO2.
The SO2.
Yeah, which can make it turn from wine into impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
I was so stressed. I was like, do I call Sam whilst he's in Gaza and tell him? Or is that like, do not do that? Or do I need to do that? Or I literally called them, like, panicking. Anyway, they were like, no, it's fine. Over time, you would anyway add that amount. You wait. And anyway, thank God it was fine.
Yeah, you just don't want to drink it soon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, it was right at the beginning. It was right after my lactate anyway. So
I anyway need, like, now that I'm in school for it, I understand that, like, all I was doing was killing it very sharp and abruptly, whatever was going on. In terms of, like, using it as, like, an antioxidant and antimicrobial, which at the time I was just putting in white powder. I didn't know the difference from anything. But then we managed to bring that wine here, and that for me was when I realized I just fell in love with it. And I left nursing fully. Me and Sam had a whole conversation. I said to him, listen, like, this is your thing. So I don't want to, like, be that woman that's, like, piggybacking your dreams. Like, either we can do it, like, properly partners, or, like, you do it, and then, like, I'm more than happy to, you know, just do the Instagram kind of thing. And that was when we went in it full time. And Sam...
Just the Instagram / run the whole business.
Sam was supposed to study, and he missed the whole first semester because it started in October. And we randomly were talking about it. I don't even know why, because in our heads we'd kind of given up on it because he started a new job and it didn't make sense for him to do it. And then
I said, you do it.
he said, you're the one who studies out of the two of us. Like, I don't sit in front of a book. You do, like, you
run
can.
the lab.
So that's it. I'm in year 3 now. I'm viticulture and enology in Tel
Where?
Chai.
Where?
Tel Chai,
Tel Chai, okay.
Iran Israeli, this course.
right.
I was supposed to be for 12 days in Champagne for a course about Champagne, Alsace and Champagne. It was going to be the first time I ever left La Vie. I psyched myself up. I'm going to do it. I can. Macchiali. I've been on my own with it. Then the Iranians started. They cancelled the whole trip. That was the end of that. They're supposed to do it.
Magiala.
Exactly. So I psyched myself up. Yeah, exactly. So they said maybe we'll do it before the next harvest, but it will probably be next year in the end. And for me,
You've got time before you hit Champagne, because it's so different, and it's such a complex thing. And
making it, yeah. I just wanted to drink it for 12 days. That was
that's okay.
That was where I was going.
Yeah, no, drinking it is wonderful, but it's the process.
If I made any other wine,
you'd make champagne. Yeah, but
it's so not financial.
it's not
It's impossible.
practical in any way, means, shape, or form. And I always asked,
It's impossible.
I even asked Ellie Benzaken, I said, I don't understand, guys. You're making champagne. This is crazy. It's so much more work.
So much fun.
And it's so much effort, and the timing has to be right, and all the rest of this stuff. And somebody finally said to me, though, you can take the wine, before you turn it into champagne, you can have it. Well, once you have it sitting in champagne, you don't have to bottle it. You can leave it on the lees forever.
Yeah.
And but that's amazing. I mean, that's like putting in the effort and then letting it just sit there and percolate for years and years and years and years.
Champagne is
until
so
you do
complex.
something with it.
It's so complex that people don't understand why it should be 400 shekel, 500 shekel. It's way more complex than any red you're going to drink. Way more complex. It's double fermentation. The bubbles are in the bottle. The leaves are...
You have to freeze the ends of them upside down so that you get
To get the yeast back out.
you get the
Insane
yeast
process.
back out and then pop it
I
out.
listen to the podcast.
It's
I
an
know.
insane.
It's nuts.
It's an insane
An
process.
avid listener, whether you like it or not.
I actually drink. They have a fantastic one. I know he's always mentioning your podcast because he's a legend. Eviatar.
Yeah.
Eviatar, anytime me and Sam have had something to celebrate, we moved to Sha'al on our own. We got a package, the first package to reach my house in the Golan. I burst out crying. Eviatar sent us a champagne, a Blanc de Blanc. He's like, you guys have to celebrate.
2012.
And then recently, again, whenever I drink champagne, it's sponsored by Eviatar because he decides when we should drink
He's
champagne.
really special.
But
You only need to know Syrah and
incredible.
Netanyahu. You get a lot of champagne.
We drink from Alsace.
Family Baum Winery stays out of politics.
Yeah, Family Baum Winery says out of politics.
We're apolitical. We just like
Which
wine.
one? Which champagne did he send?
Alsace.
Alsace.
There's
Which one?
a kosher champagne from Alsace in the traditional method. It's about 110 shekel.
Fantastic.
Sofadel.
Which one? Do you remember the name?
No. It's in
What, the
shop.
Alden one?
No. From Alsace.
Oh.
I don't
The
know what it's
Ard-
called.
Koenig.
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 Okay, Koenig.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it's from Alsace, right? It's German, right?
But yeah.
No, but yes, that's amazing. But actually, some of the best champagne style, because you can't call them champagne, sparkling wines.
Yeah.
That's made is the wine from Golan Heights. Golan Heights
yeah.
Winery.
The Blanc.
You know that
It's just
Mayeden
amazing.
got sued because they wrote
Champagne.
a champagne
Shalateva.
a champagne Shalateva and
They got
champagne
sued by
sued
champagne.
them.
Yeah.
I believe
Seriously.
the only
In
people
another
who,
language, and they still found a way to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Yeah, of
the
course.
only
impressive.
people who can't
Got to make money somehow.
The only people that they can't sue is Herzog.
Because what
Herzog,
did they do?
because Herzog, when they came out with a law about only you have to have it from the region of Champagne in France, they had been making champagne in New York before that.
Oh, really?
Yes. So because it predated it, they couldn't stop them from using that name. And so they still make kosher New York champagne.
That's very cool.
It's
We never
so
knew
crazy.
until recently. Someone was here, someone from New York, and they told us that halls that are catered in New York, you can
Yeah.
only have, or America in the 5 times, you can only have
Caterers
Mavusha
will
wine.
only use Mavusha.
I did not know that.
Caterers, restaurants,
In the U.S., that's the rule.
everything.
Anything under the rabbinic supervision.
So that puts Israeli wines like in a,
No, there's a lot of Israeli wines that are done with Vushal.
really
A lot now. But
a line specifically for.
exactly specifically to get into the restaurants in America. They're not even thinking about the caterers, but the restaurants. But the truth is that you're not looking at this.
You're not generating a volume that you need to worry
No,
about.
but it's not only that. You're not looking. This is
No,
not the
sure.
price level that you want to be selling in places. You've got enough customers that are just going to eat this up.
I really see it as milestone wine. I want people to take it to their milestones, like specifically. Like it's actually, is it Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh no. We have people from all that you can see over here. This is all exported. There's Hong Kong, Australia, UK, and USA.
They're all coming here?
No, this is all, whatever's not bubble wrapped, we're keeping for them till they next come to Israel. And whatever's bubble wrapped is going to EMS. It's being shipped. And there's 2 people. One, she told me she's giving birth in mid-August and she wants it for the Brit. Someone's getting married mid-August. They want it under their chuppah. That is exactly where I want our wine to go.
It's also the reason we limited the sales.
Yeah.
You can only buy up to 3 bottles this year.
I know. I know.
Hold on,
Because
hold on.
I bought 9 bottles.
He can only buy 3, but that doesn't say anything about me, right?
No,
Emails.
100%.
You can use emails.
100%.
However, it just means because I said this last week also about Tiffany, but it's the ability for someone. I fell in love with Shiraz through Shiraz Kayumi.
Yep.
That's how I fell in love with Shiraz. Their 2013 or 2016 bottle.
Incredible. Kiyumi Vineyards.
Yeah, Kayumi Vineyard.
Which are gone.
Which are, exactly. I drive past them the whole
Unfortunately.
time. The whole time I drive past them, you still have the sign which is Kayumi Vineyard. And the ability that
a
someone
pity.
can go and buy a
We
bottle,
try a different barrel.
even if it's 100, if the price of wine is 160 shekel, people can allow themselves. I personally, a bottle over 160 shekel, I maybe buy twice a year, maybe. But there are wines I'm able to buy because the sales are limited. And I want people, who want to celebrate a special occasion, who want, be able to buy a single bottle are able to. And not just for it to be, so next year when 25, when we harvest, so yes, there'll be 3, 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, but still, it's not going to be.
See, I thought I'd
Makes
done it.
my job a lot easier because if it wasn't limited sales, I would have sold out already 24.
Yeah, we sold out 50%.
I sold out 50% in the first 12 hours, but because it was limited, I had to refund so many people, so many bottles. It's not really a fair game. I'm head of marketing, but according to Sam's rules, so it's a bit of a botched game.
I don't know.
You should price it like first.
My wife only buys things based on social media, so that's that's.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm getting the fix. Like,
So
I'll get it early, like, I'll take it.
So I didn't do it in the order that you're supposed to do it in, so I ordered 9 bottles. And I thought, oh, I got 9 bottles? Cool.
It let me.
And then I get a call. My phone starts ringing. It's like, Sam. And he goes, I'm very, very sorry, but you're only allowed 3. I said, but I bought 9.
Charge it.
Too bad. You're like,
I'm going to make a count just for my own pride and ego of all the bottles I've refunded, just so I can tell Sam how quickly I would have sold out if I was allowed. I understand it, though. We're growing a client base. It makes sense. It's just not so fun for me. This is barrel number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Barrel 4. Wow. Okay.
Going for it. You can be the pourer.
Yeah,
so
okay.
pour it.
Yeah.
Barrel 4.
Barrel 4.
I'm keeping track.
It's funny.
You can't buy barrel 4. You can only blend, but you can taste barrel 4 now.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind for the wine to, I say I wouldn't mind, but there's a restaurant in 11 Madison Square, which is the top Michelin restaurant in New York. And for them to have
Which one?
11 Madison Square, they won the best restaurant in the world, I think 2 years running, and they went completely vegan and kept all 3 stars.
It's very different.
Oh,
This one is different.
It's like
so it's not kosher.
No.
No.
Fascinating thing.
As long as you don't have to worry about kosher.
I think that's not fair. Because if I only eat in a kosher restaurant, that means I don't have access to it unless I come here.
Kefis can be sold. And I often take bottles of wine to a restaurant. That's the truth.
I mean,
That's the truth.
We do from time to time. That's
There is
All right.
etiquette, which you have to, make sure it's not on the list, and you have to pay the bottle opening. But then you can drink a wine that you enjoy, and you have to,
It's true.
there is etiquette to it, but it's allowed. Restaurants, they plan for that.
You're allowed to take wine into a restaurant in New York, a kosher restaurant, but only
If that's the right hechsher.
No, it's not a hechsher.
It's
Then
mavushal.
mavushal,
Really? Even if you bring it.
even if you bring it. Go for a restaurant in Israel. There's plenty of
No, I
really
will,
good
I will.
restaurants in Israel. And they're not going to sit there and say it's not mavushal. At
He's
least
aiming
yet,
for
not yet.
Michelin-starred restaurants in New York that are just not kosher. That also works. Both won't work.
Yeah.
You know what you could go to? There's a kosher restaurant, Michelin star, only one, in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's a lot closer. It's just kosher Michelin star restaurant.
check
It's only
check it, yeah.
opens up kosher one night a week.
What, and the rest of the time it's not kosher?
Yeah, I guess.
Fascinating.
It is. It's really fascinating.
The Golan still isn't yet an area of apple. That's an
Not
interesting
yet.
project.
Not yet. They're working on it.
Yeah. They
Well,
had
at
problems
least-
with it after 67. That's why I understood. That's also why I understood because of,
I'll fix that soon enough.
yeah, Nachon מאוד. Oh, yeah, David Shomron also, it's the same idea. So Judean Hills
That
was
might
meant to
take a little
include-
longer.
Yeah, but it was meant to include,
To annex it
technically,
officially.
as a region, but it didn't. Because they were advised not to do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, they said that the legals would be so complicated and people would just be
That
stopped.
might take
so
a
they
little
decided not to do
longer,
it.
but hopefully this happens soon.
But in terms of terroir and the region, it's the same region.
Yeah.
It's the same region.
And the Negev is extremely interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It's got some incredibly complex, creative wines.
Let's go.
But if you're trying to have a go at the best wine in Israel
Or the world.
or in the world, that's already tying at least one of your hands behind your back.
Yes, for sure.
So that's,
Rivka would say 2 hands.
yeah. You want to go for it with
Yeah.
everything you can.
Barrel 4. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
coming.
all the time. As the sun dipped over the Golan Heights and the wind still sang through the young vines, it was impossible not to feel the momentum building here at the Baum Family Winery. Sam and Rivka aren't just planting grapes, they're planting the future, one row of Shiraz, Grenache, and yes, Pinot Gris at a time. Tasting their first Golan-born vintage straight from the barrel was a reminder of what makes wine so captivating. It's a living story, shaped by the land, the weather, and the people who pour their hearts into it. And here, in Sha'al, that story is just beginning. I can't wait to return in the years ahead to walk these same rows when the vines have matured and to see how this bold new chapter unfolds. Until then, here's to vision, resilience, and the thrill of starting something extraordinary. This is Simon Jacob again, your host of today's episode of the Kosher Terroir. I have a personal request. No matter where you are or where you live, please take a moment to pray for our soldiers' safety and the safe and rapid return of our hostages. Please subscribe via your podcast provider to be informed of our new episodes as they are released. If you're new to the Kosher Terroir, please check out our many past episodes.